Hi there, welcome to this week episode of PHP series. I believe it has been more impactful and has been all inspiring. Awesome. So if you've not been checking out our earlier episode, do well to check it. So this week, I promised us last week that we'll be diving into happiness proper this week. We're going into the science of happiness. When we are done with this episode, you'll be all right. All right, so this is it. Let me share this little story I had from a monk one time. Very interesting story to bless you. There was this family in ancient Greece some centuries back. They were very poor, maybe not very poor, but they were contented with what they had. And there was this king that reigned then in his own palace. Kings, they have all they ever needed, and they are flexing life, they are living life. So this is it. In the king's palace, there were always disputes among his sons and his daughters and his wives and everybody. There is always dispute. There was no peace, and so the king is always wondering. The palace is not far from the house of this said poor family, so the king is always wondering that what is the cause of these people's happiness. So one day he called one of his advisors and said, please check out this family. What is the cause of their happiness? They are very poor, but yet there is this peace. They are contented. And so the advisors told the king, I said, no, they have not fallen into the trap of the 99. So the king asked that what is the trap of the 99? So he told the king that he's going to get 99 gold coin and he's going to give it he's going to drop it at their door. And once they are able to get it, once those families are able to lay hold of that 99 coin, there will not be peace in that house and as it used to be. So the king was surprised at how, and he said the king should watch out. So the said advisor did as he advised, as he spoke to the king, and he got the 99 coin and he dropped it. You won't believe that this same family that used to be very peaceful and contented with the little they had, when they lay hold of the coin and they counted it, they discovered it was 99. When they first saw it, they were shocked that, oh, who could have done this? They said it was God. Fine. So they picked it up, they counted it, they discovered it was 99 coin. And they were like, why is God doing like this? He could have made it 100. And a family where there have been peace, the father began to save. He began to think of investments. He began to think of how are they going to multiply it. A family where there used to be peace, the wife started monitoring the money, that no, how are they spending it. The children started picking out of the money and flexing life like that. So this is the point. This family that don't used to have nothing but have peace, have joy in their house, but because that seed of will I call it greed now, they felt they could have gotten 100, they got 99, and from there was where the problem started in the house. All right, so leave that story. Let me move to the science of happiness, what I actually promised us last week. We call it positive psychology in NLP, in neuro linguistic programming. We call it positive psychology. See, our world is, everybody wants to be happy. How do I know? If you ask this person and tell this person, why do you want to do this? Okay, I want to go to school, I want to get a good job, I want to settle down, I want to have kids, travel around the world. Mention it. Ask this particular person, okay, I want to build conglomerate, I want to have this particular number of workers, I want to do this, I want to do that. If you check it out, the end goal of everybody on earth is to be happy. So everybody wants to be happy, but then we've been getting happiness, we've been getting the framework, the hierarchy, we've been getting it wrong. Now this is it. Our society has conditioned us to see happiness from the player part, the present sweet part. Meanwhile, in the framework of happiness, now I'm going scientific now. In the framework of happiness, it starts from pleasure to passion to higher purpose. It should be from higher purpose to passion to pleasure. But then what society has taught us is to accrue our happiness to goals, to accrue our happiness to ordinary life perceived success, to accrue our happiness to anything that we think is going to satisfy us now. Meanwhile, that is not, they are temporary. We can't get true happiness from it. The void in our spirit being can't be filled through pleasure. Only that eternal purpose, that higher purpose that society has not taught us, that most of us have neglected, will be the real cause of happiness. Now, this, let me explain pleasure. Maybe you are a student, for instance, and you graduated from school after 5 years and you did well. They call you a first class student and all of that. That's a form of pleasure there. Do you know? But then the joy of being a first class student, I think it only lasts after convocation day. By the time you get a job, the joy is no longer there. I won't deceive you, because the truth is, the realities of job we set in, no matter no matter how huge your salary is, no matter the company you're working for, the reality of having a job we set in. So you're going to experience both the good and the bad alike. And so we cannot call that one a template of happiness that we should experience. Now let's move to passion. Passion form of happiness is this happiness you can derive from what you love to do. Yeah, what you want to do, what you enjoy doing. Okay, let's say for instance, myself, let's say you are a basketballer, for instance, now, or you're a footballer. Yeah, let me use footballer. The joy you are going to derive from when you're playing on the field, yeah, that is a level of happiness. Do you know that? Oh, I just scored a goal. As a table tennis player, or as a basketballer, I just made that dunk, I just made that long shot. There is a joy that comes with it. But the truth is, they don't last. After that match, it's gone. So we really cannot accrue happiness. We can't attach our happiness to things that we are doing daily. We can't attach it to our career. But then the higher purpose, what we have been speaking of since episode 1, is what we can attach our happiness to. That even when we are moving, we are pursuing our purpose, and we are even unable to get this full satisfaction yet. Our vision is getting clearer, but how to work towards it, the challenges, the resources it needs is getting more real and tense. But yet we know we are moving towards it with joy. We are moving towards it with, okay, this is a game. We will survive. We will win through. We will pass through, irrespective. That is an higher purpose of happiness. And I'm telling you, to get that kind of happiness, that's to come from a life that has a vision, that has discovered purpose already. And so if you check it out, if you check those 3 forms of happiness out, I want you to check it. That which of these three forms of happiness will really change our world, will really save our world from depression. The reason why a lot of people are depressed today is because happiness. What causes depression? They're not happy. Simple. But then, now that they are not happy, like they don't have the pleasure. Okay, check it out. Why are rich people depressed? They have all it takes. They have all the money and they have all the cars and all the luxury. Why are they depressed? Have you thought of that before? Why are athletes depressed? Why are footballers depressed? At least they get all the joy they want on the field. Playing with your teammates as a footballer, for instance, playing with your teammates, or the 22 of you, and you are being watched by millions of people, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in the stadium, and you are being watched by millions in the world. Literally, there should be no other joy that is greater than that. Do you know? But still, why are some of them depressed? I'm telling you, PHP series is the solution. And until we get to this point where we're able to tell ourselves the truth, that until we find this higher purpose of happiness, until we are able to find what is going to fill this void, then we really cannot be happy. So and so this is what I want you to check out. This is what I want you to ruminate on, that if everyone in the world are not chasing pleasure and they are not chasing passion, if everyone in the world are chasing the higher purpose of happiness, do you think we'll still have problem in our world today? I want to leave you with that question. And I want you to check the net existence of your own happiness now. Because the truth is, remember I told you in first episode that we are all connected together in eternity. So your own level of happiness, in a way, is connecting with one or two other in the universe, in eternity. So what is the net value of your own happiness? What is the net existence of your own happiness on earth today in our world? And check it out. If every one of us on earth is chasing after the higher purpose form of happiness, not the pleasure and passion, what would you think would have happened to our world today? Don't you think depression would have been a thing of the past? Don't you think some problems we are having right now in our world would have been a forgotten thing? Think about it. I'll see you in next episode. Blessings.